Hello, Little Falls. It's just Jeffrey joining you for another episode of Historic New Jersey, and today we are coming to you from the old Hudson County Courthouse in Jersey City, New Jersey. Brian, thank you so much
My pleasure.
for welcoming us into this absolutely beautiful space.
We're very excited. Where we are currently standing is the former freeholders' room. They're now called commissioners. This was where the freeholders would come to vote. And what makes this room very important are the murals. The murals were created by Howard Pyle. And what we have on your left, and my left too, but the viewer's right, would be the Henry Hudson sailing into the bay and being met by the indigenous peoples. And then we have New Amsterdam, basically. There was no Communipaw at that point. And then we have 1660s, we have the British sailing into the bay, and the surrender of New Amsterdam.
I'm going to tell you because I did a book report on him in grammar school.
So you know who that is.
There's Peter Stuyvesant
Yes,
and his silver peg leg.
And his silver peg leg, and which he gave a decent Christian burial to in Jamaica, Queens.
Really?
Yes.
Is there a marker for that?
I believe there is.
Okay, well, we might have to go there.
might have to go to Jamaica.
And remember, you don't think these book reports are going to stick with you, but they will, I promise.
Well, the funny thing is, too, most New Yorkers, I'm originally a New Yorker, most New Yorkers just think he belongs to them, but he also belongs to New Jersey.
He absolutely does.
So it's our shared history. The murals, which, as you can see, are painted on canvas. And during the period in which the building was closed between like 1960 and 61 to the early 70s, there were many vagrants that invaded the building. There were metal strippers who came in and stripped the whole place out of all of its precious metals, namely bronze. And Dennis Duran, who was a newspaperman for, I believe it was the Jersey Journal, was familiar with this area, and he was really upset that they were going to demolish the building, and thought that it would have been a horrible cultural loss if we were to lose these murals. So he and Theodore Conrad, who was an architect, broke into the building in early 1970. They walked up the stairs and they cut each mural out of its frame and rolled it up and put it in their car and then drove it to a third party's house, and they returned and did it 3 more times. So they were worried about being arrested and sent to jail, and of course they could have been. Later on in the 1970s, this building was named, was designated a historic landmark, and they returned the murals, and that's how we still have them. So what we're looking at is John Stevens on the morning of August 17th, 1807. And what he's doing is premiering his steamship, the Phoenix. And he was a contemporary of Robert Fulton. Robert Fulton and his brother-in-law, Schuyler, had the monopoly on steam travel up and down the Hudson River. And in order to prove to the world that his steamship was as good, he had to premiere it in Philadelphia on the Schuylkill River, making him the first steamship designer, operator, owner to sail on the open ocean. After that stunt, he received his own license and operated the steamship business from New York to Hoboken to Albany for decades. So now we're looking at the Yardley Turner mural of George Washington looking over the Hudson River. He's looking back toward Fort Washington, and he's standing at Fort Lee. What happened on the morning of November 16, 1776 is that George Washington left Fort Washington, rowed across the river to inspect Fort Lee. In case you're wondering, each fort was named after its commanding officer. And while he was there performing the inspection, the British, with Hessian troops in tow, attacked Fort Washington. Ultimately, that fort was lost, and 2,600 of the combatants were imprisoned in the prison ships in Wallabout Bay in Brooklyn. Out of 2,600, only 800 survived at the end of the war. The stained glass of the dome was made in West Hoboken by a man who used to work for Louis Comfort Tiffany. And so when you look at it, you can see a lot of Tiffany's style in this work. It goes along with the zodiac pattern, so it's complementing it, and it's also in a neo-Renaissance style.
Now we're in a very different style of courtroom than the first one that you took us into.
Well, you have to realize that mostly everything was stripped out of the building, and we're fortunate with this room, which is courtroom 4C, that the columns were left. I mean, the architectural elements were left, and the coloration is different. This is one of the colorations that we're allowed to use. I believe the national emblem is original. It's painted on canvas and reapplied to the wall. And the only other thing that's original is that beautiful stained glass ceiling. And again, this wouldn't have looked this way in 1910. They were made in West Hoboken, and they've been here since 1910.
Brian, I want to thank you so much for having us down here at the old Hudson County Courthouse.
Our pleasure, and we hope you come back very soon.
We absolutely will, because I know that we've only just scratched the surface of what this building holds.
That is correct. So please do come back.
We're looking forward to it, and I know that Little Falls is looking forward to more stories.
Very good.
So thank you. Little Falls, we'll see you next time.